Hi all, down here for my third day, second full day of being down here in San Diego, and decided to put in a nicer backdrop than just my default ones. And so we had a nice long walk again this morning. You know, as I said, my wife is at a conference. She's librarian, and it's the librarian conference that's going on down here this year. And so she's down there, and I'm pretty much 90% of the time on my own. And I'm just enjoying time to be out. Right now, being back here in the air conditioned hotel room is also very nice after walking quite a distance. Walked about 3 miles this morning already. Yesterday, by 11 o'clock in the morning, I had walked 5 miles, and by the end of the day, I had ended up walking 12. I don't think I'm going to walk that much again today. And according to my phone, 12 miles is my uh, highest amount that I've done walking, which is good because I'm not feeling bad. I'm not in pain from it. I'm always worried that I'm going to walk myself too far, and that's not going to be a good thing. But it works. Walked along the seashore again, and saw a whole lot of birds. You know, first off, in some of the man-made ponds and so forth in Seaport Village, there were a lot of ducks and herons and other birds. But of course, further along the seashore, where the fishermen were in and cutting up their fish, there were dozens and dozens of seagulls. And I had this absolutely crazy thought pop into my head. I do not know why it popped into my head, but it did. What if Tarzan had been raised by seagulls? What kind of story would we have if Tarzan had been raised by seagulls? Lord of Gullstroke? Stoke? Lord of Gullstoke? That doesn't sound right. Being very silly there. But we're doing best we can. Exploring the other things about being down here is we're right next to some of the freight stuff that comes in off ships and on the trains and so forth. If you like Dole pineapple, there's a lot of Dole pineapple trucks out here. Oh, and I finally figured out the problem I had with Twitch. I had put up a certain title for my streaming back just before my birthday. And I would change it every time I would stream, put up a different thing, and yet it always ended up saving that old title. Well, apparently, Prism Live Studio, the app that I'm using to stream here, to animate my little PNG tuber, saved that original one. And even though I change it every time in Twitch, this app saved it. And so now I've gone back, and hopefully this stream, when it goes up or you see it, says San Diego streaming. If it doesn't, let me know, because I really got to figure out what's wrong with it if it's not that. Trying to think of what else to talk about. I've had to remember not to bring my jacket with me when I go out. It's cold or cool when I first step out, especially when you're being cold in this hotel room, and you go out and it's cool. There's a bit of a breeze and it's overcast. But by the time you've walked the first mile, you're hot, and with the jacket on, you're getting hot and sweaty. But so tomorrow morning, I have to remember not to take the coat. um, There's a topic to talk about sometime. Being a member of Toastmasters, you're not supposed to say ums and ahs and ands and anything, the filler sounds, you're not supposed to say those things. But if you do improv, those ha, us, ooh, ums, is can be helpful as you come up with things. So I'm a little conflicted on that sometimes, but I'm trying my best not to do the ums and ahs. Hopefully not in streaming, but I'll use it as a topic to talk about. I'm also needing to come up with ways of coming up with scripts that I could do for my voice acting that would work well. Just simple monologues or whatever, or even, you know, dialogue between two people, two characters that I could voice and to write, and that you could watch me stream and do and practice. Hopefully that might be a helpful idea. I don't know if the sound in the background is being picked up. There's always something in this wall behind our bed that seems to roll. It's not even like somebody's on the other side. It's not like somebody is in the other bedroom, but there's just a clip-clap noise. It's really sounds odd because it's not. Well, we're not too far away from the elevators, but the elevator's not next to us, and the ice machine is a bit away, so that shouldn't be picking up either. Oh, the other thing about being out, I had a small lunch at Seaport Village in San Diego. I had a breakfast bagel yesterday, which was more expensive than I wanted to pay for breakfast. But that's okay. But I went further into Seaport Village today at lunch and found a little place. If you go to the furthest away from the hotels, you find these little food shops and different things: hamburgers, fish, Mexican food, a poke bowl, other Asian things. But most of them, unfortunately, are card only. They won't take cash. And you got to be careful on how much you're spending on your credit card. I don't like it. I don't like using my credit card just here and there anyways. So I went from place to place, and, you know, most of them said card only, you know. And then I ended up at this little Mexican place called Margarita's Kitchen and Cantina, and they had the machine out front, but I asked them, do you take cash? She said yes. And that was helpful. So check them out if you're ever in the Seaport Village. You know, everybody's using credit cards now, but I don't like using them, especially when I have a limited budget on them. You know, I don't have a lot of cash either on me right now, but it's easier to plan a budget with cash that's in your wallet than just throwing a credit card down and then finding out you've hit the limit. And so I keep at it. I have to be very careful going where I go. Luckily also, because this hotel provided a free, it's always, of course, it's in the amount that you're paying for the hotel itself, that they don't give you bottles of water. Well, they do, but the point is that only if you're in a special, plan or whatever, and my wife is in that. So usually other hotels in this chain will just give you a plastic bottle of water. This hotel provides these aluminum bottles, and what's good about that is you can keep refilling them here in the hotel or elsewhere, but you can keep refilling them. And so I carry it with me so that I don't wind up spending the extra cost of a drink on top of the meal. Now, I'm not going to, if I go into a big restaurant, I'm not going to take the drink in and say, no, no, I don't want anything to drink. I'll just drink out of what I brought in. And that's not nice. But when you're sitting on a patio, in the middle of tourists, to have your own drink is okay, I think. And so that's beneficial, because that means I can keep refilling it instead of, probably if I hadn't had that, I probably would have bought 3 drinks in the time that I've been out walking yesterday and today. And extra cost, unnecessary, and I don't need the sugars either. I usually get iced tea because I've realized that carbonation doesn't sit well on me. So when I just drink an iced tea, that's fine. And but for a day like today where it's hot and I'm out walking and so forth, the best thing to do is just get straight water and drink it along. At least in this container, it keeps going and isn't going to break down or isn't going to cause greater problems. And I can take it home with me when we're done here at the hotel and done in San Diego. We can take it home and I can keep using it on my walks around Glendale and Burbank and wherever else I want to go. So that's it. So we come away with, it's not a souvenir, but it's something that's useful. That's good. There's the thing. Do you buy souvenirs when you go to new towns? That's never been a thing for me. I mean, unless it's a very special town that means something to me. Mostly, it's usually when I'm visiting relatives in Ireland. If I get something, it's because it's part of a memory of being there with family, and that's what it is too. But most souvenir stuff is like, here you are, you're visiting this town of San Diego, with the words San Diego smacked across it. And okay, what do I do with that? It goes in the shelf along with the stuff that I got from every other town. Is that really what we need? I don't know. Other things similar would be like holiday Christmas plates and stuff. Yeah, you want decorations for your tree and to dress things up for, dress the house up for Christmas, that's fine. But here is a Santa Claus dish, which can serve up, whatever it puts on it. You never use the dish again till next year. And maybe then somebody's given you another dish. Something that, again, that's taking up space in the closet. Dust gathering. And that's about it. It's better to get something that, okay, maybe some colors, a color scheme that fits the holiday, but if you get it out at another part of the day, part of the year, you can still use it. Right? Makes sense? And since we live in an apartment, we really don't have the room for a bunch of stuff that goes with every single holiday. Heck, there's too much junk at the house that I lived with my parents. And I know that's going to be a mission to deal with, unfortunately, very soon when I have to start helping clean out that house. A lot of memories, a lot of junk at the same time. And it's going to be very hard to get rid of the memories when you're getting rid of the junk. But I don't want to go end on a downer note. So I'm just let you know, I continue to enjoy the San Diego. I might attempt to stream again later today. I had hoped to. I had actually hoped to stream while I was out. I did a YouTube short about the seagulls earlier, but couldn't come up with anything else because it was so crowded. It was very hard to hear amongst all the people, and those seagulls were quacking away, yakking away. And it's been good. enjoying myself, and hopefully my opportunities to stream will be more and more when I'm home, and more important that I come up with some interesting things to stream about. And checking again here before we sign out, the phone isn't getting hot as I talked about it yesterday. That's good, and unfortunately that's because it's in this nice cold hotel room. Back at the apartment and inside my recording booth, it gets hot. So, and that causes a problem for streaming. Hopefully that won't, hopefully I will find a way to get past that issue, but I'm going to keep at it. And I thank you for being around. Thank you for being there. And this has just been a San Diego Stream of Consciousness day. Talk to you all again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. God bless. Bye-bye.